All right, one of the last areas I want to show you inside the actual ghetto is at the very end of Józefinska Street. This is 35 Józefinska Street. 35, and then next to it would have been 37, and then next to that would have been 39. 37 and 39 have been destroyed because they put a new road through. And the new road took away a little bit of the history back way before people cared about the history, I guess. But this 35 here, which still stands, was the site of what was known as the Teenage Apprentice Orphans Home. It was a home for teenagers who were learning a trade, teenagers who could live here and work here. It was a workshop as well. It was called the Elder Orphans. It was kept open until the deportations, and then in November of 1943, all of the inhabitants were sent to Krakow, which was the hard labor camp. Some survived, some died, but they weren't sent to the extermination camp, at least, because at least for the time being they were useful. Next to it was 37. 37 was the site of the Jewish police. This was the folks who were collaborators amongst the Jews. The Jewish police were the ones who worked for the Judenrat. It was called there was a ghetto prison was here behind this area in a courtyard. The leader of the Jewish police was a man named Simche Spira. He was a very well-known collaborator with the Nazis, hoping that he would get preferential treatment and to live. He oversaw deportations and got lots of rewards for obedience. They helped drag Jews from homes, they escorted the transports, they carried out searches. The ghetto prison was always full. Even though the leader was a collaborator, a lot of the folks who were members of the Jewish police actually helped other Jews. They smuggled Jews, they hid Jews, they helped them in other ways. After March of 43, the last deportations, really the last Jews in the ghetto were the ones who were the Jewish police and their families. That was really all that was left of the ghetto were the police and the family. But even they, a couple months later, were taken, rounded up and sent to Płaszów. By December 14th of 1943, they were taken to Płaszów, and many of them were executed with their families. And then next door to that, in 39, which is now entirely gone, was the orphanage. It was a very brief orphanage in 1942. The orphanage, they called the Kinderheim. By October of 42, all of the inhabitants of this orphanage that was now part of the road were murdered and sent to Belzec. New orphan kids arrived after the first orphan kids were deported, and when the final deportations happened in March of 43, they too were sent to be exterminated. So I want to go up to the main gate I showed you when I first started this, and I'm going to walk from the main gate to Schindler's factory. So I'll be back.